Hey there, actors and industry hopefuls. Welcome back to Casting Actors Cast, the podcast that lifts you up, gives you the inside scoop, and today might just save you from yourself. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach, casting partner with McCorkle Casting in New York, your host, and today's episode is all about doing too much. Yes, my friends, we need to talk about the worst ways to connect with industry folks, or as I like to call it, how to make a casting director pretend they don't see you at the coffee shop. I know that actors are excited to network. I get it. If you want to make connections, get noticed, and build relationships that lead to work, sometimes that enthusiasm can turn into desperation, and desperation can make industry pros do that awkward, slow, back away motion. So today, I'm breaking down some of the absolute worst ways to connect with casting directors, agents, and managers. And, of course, how to do it the right way. Buckle up. This is Casting Actors Cast.
Casting Actors Cast, what a show! With Jeffrey Dreisbach, we're ready to go. From agents to gigs, learn what you lack. Tune in every week, we're bringing you back.
We're going to kick off the show right after this. Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Casting Actors Cast. I'm casting partner Jeffrey Dreisbach with the McCorkle Group in New York, as I said in my introduction. I keep on repeating myself. Welcome to the episode. Hey, listen, if you haven't done so already, please check out the website, castingactorscast, all one word, .com. There you're going to find all kinds of information. My new book is out called Booked It, The Actor's Playbook for Getting Cast. You're going to find that available at Amazon, but the link is on the website. Also, this event that I'm so truly excited about, which is being sponsored by the Broadway Podcast Network and Actors Connection. They're going to be recording a live broadcast of Casting Actors Cast, my podcast, and you are welcome to be part of the studio audience. It's taking place on Saturday, May 3rd. It's at 6 p.m. It's at Pearl Studios in New York City, and you have to make a reservation. The seating is limited. I know that many seats have gone. I'm honestly not quite sure if there are a lot left, but I would love for you to be there. It would be such an honor, and it would be so much fun to get to meet you. You need to go to the website to make an RSVP at Actors Connection. So go to actorsconnection.com/seminars. It's the New York actorsconnection.com/seminars. Then you will go down, because all of those seminars are listed. So you want to go to the one that is closest to and matches the date, May 3rd, 2025, and you'll see live event. I would love to have you there. That's how you make the reservation. Once you're in the reservation, specific details about location will be given to you as well. But guess what? There's going to be some merch. There's going to be some, perhaps there's going to be a few free classes given to some lucky folks who show up to the broadcast. But most importantly, it'll be fun for me to be able to do a live broadcast in front of a studio audience among friends. And I think you'll find it useful. We're also going to do a Q&A. So there's all kinds of fun stuff to look forward to. Again, you can tell I'm more excited than anyone should be allowed to be excited. And that's me. So I look forward to that. So thank you for joining us on this episode. Let's talk a little bit about ways in which actors sometimes try but fail in terms of networking. So I have 5 specific categories that I wanted to share with you today about things that I've actually personally experienced. And then I'm also going to give you some tips and some hints and some suggestions on how to do it the right way. So this is what I call category 1, the unsolicited email attack. All right, let's just start with the classic. This is the classic that I've received many times. I haven't bothered to count. We call it the unhinged email. Subject line: please read, all caps. Important, all caps. Need rep, ASAP, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, all caps. Whoa. Slow down, Shakespeare. Unsolicited emails can be a great way to introduce yourself, but you know what? There's a right way and a chaotic way to do it. Here's what not to do. Sending a novel-length email detailing your childhood love for theater, your high school production of Grease, and your cat's opinion of your monologues. You got to keep it professional, and you have to keep it to the point. Here's another one. Attaching every headshot you've ever taken. Why is there a photo of you in a birthday party? Following up 5 times in 1 week just because maybe it went to spam. Guess what? It didn't. So here's a better approach. My suggestion is to send a short, professional email that includes a friendly greeting without groveling, a brief introduction, who you are and what you're looking for, a link to your materials, your headshot, a link to your resume, a link to a reel, but guess what? Not a Google Drive folder with 37 random files. Then you want to include a polite closing and a one-time follow-up if you didn't hear back. That's it. Again, if that email hasn't been responded to, move on. It's really important that it not become something that can be perceived as a stalking event. I understand that when I get an email, and I know most casting directors probably feel the same way, that anytime I get an email from an actor, I know the implied assumption is that you are looking for opportunities. Guess what? I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just what we assume. So then why are you writing? Is there additional information that you believe would be useful, that would be a nice way of making contact in a professional manner? All right, let's move on to category number 2, what I call the mysterious phone call. Now, I want you to imagine this. An agent is in the middle of negotiating a contract. Their phone rings, and they pick up to hear, "Hey, I'm an actor, and I was wondering if you're, taking new clients." Click. Actors, cold calling without context is a crime against networking. If you're calling someone who doesn't know you, you better have a solid reason for the call. And "I exist" is not a reason. Here's a better approach. If you must call, just make sure that they allow for phone inquiries. Many agents and managers, they don't allow phone calls, and you'll find that very, very clearly on their website or on whatever website listing of agents and managers are. You'll see that. Don't call. You know what? Don't call. Second, I want you to have a clear, concise reason for the call if you must call. I'd also suggest you email first and only call if invited to do so. To me, that's professional. That makes the most sense. Moving on from there, category number 3, the one meeting expectation trap. That's what I call it. Here's a classic mistake. You meet a casting director at a workshop or a single class, or you have a 2-minute conversation with an agent at an event. The next day, you decide to send them a message like, "Hey, so great meeting you. I'd love to work with you. Can you get me auditions, or can we meet for some coffee?" What? Actors, one meeting is not a career contract. Just because someone was nice to you doesn't mean that you now have VIP industry access to that person. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be realistic to the expectations that many actors have that just don't seem reasonable to any normal person. It just feels like this aggressive have to make contact energy, it is really a turnoff professionally. Here's a better approach. It was nice to meet you. I hope we have a chance to work together sometime. That's it. That would be fine. In fact, that's a nice thing. Don't immediately ask for something. That's the most important thing. You need to build relationships before making any kind of requests like that. Keep yourself friendly and professional. That's the only filter you need to know about. I suggest that you stay on their radar by sending updates about your work, not just asking them for favors. Don't make contact unless there is a specific reason to do so, like, I just got cast in something. I'm in a showcase that I would love for you to see. I just booked a commercial or a class. Or I just got some new pictures. What do you think? That's okay. That's not the best, but it's okay. Does this make sense so far? I hope it does. Here's category number 4, what I call the pushy notice me tactic. The pushy notice me tactic is, this is the truth. I once had an actor send me a singing telegram to pitch themselves for a role. A singing telegram at my office. Creativity, a 10 out of 10. Professionalism, 0 out of 10. Other pushy tactics include showing up unannounced at an office. Oh, I just happened to be in the neighborhood. Sliding into DMs with, hey, cast me in something, exclamation point. Commenting on every social media post with, check your inbox. Here's a better approach. First, respect people's time and space. Use official channels for submissions. If networking in person, be natural and genuine, not forceful. You've all heard that story, I think, because I've done it on several podcasts, of the actor who auditioned for a film project we were working on. They were first in the morning, and then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a knock on my door, and in comes a pizza delivery guy with a pizza. I looked at the producer, and the producer said, I didn't order that. I said, I didn't order that. I opened up the box, and on the inside lid of the pizza box is the 10 a.m. appointment's headshot again, with a note. I was at 10 a.m. Don't forget about me. Really? All right, moving on from there. Category 5, not understanding how industry folks work. You know what, actors, I love you. But some of you think casting directors, agents, and managers are magicians. Casting directors don't hire you. They present talent to directors and producers. Agents don't create work for you. They find and submit you for existing opportunities. Managers guide your career, but they are not personal assistants who make you famous. If you approach industry professionals expecting them to make your career happen, you're already on the wrong foot. Here's a better approach. Do your research. Know what each industry role actually does. I know that there are some actors who still don't understand the difference between a casting director, an agent, and a manager. This is important information that you need to understand so that when you meet these folks, you have a better understanding about what their role is in the industry. Plus, it helps you have a, here's a good word, cogent conversation. Be realistic about what they can and cannot do for you. Approach them as a collaborator, not someone who owes you a shortcut to success. All right, so how do you connect the right way? I've got those answers coming up right after this. Hey actors, ever wonder what really goes on behind the casting table? Now is your chance to find out. Live! Join me, Jeffrey Dreisbach, for a special live recording of my podcast, Casting Actors Cast. Live! Be part of the conversation. Ask your burning questions and get exclusive insights you won't hear anywhere else. Saturday, May 3rd, 6 p.m. Pearl Studios, NYC. Limited seating, RSVP required. Lock in your spot now at actorsconnection.com/seminars. Welcome back. So how do you connect with industry personnel the right way? The best networking way? I'm so glad you asked. Here's how to network without making people uncomfortable. Number one, be patient. Building relationship takes time. Give time. Treat networking like planting seeds, not shaking a tree for fruit that isn't ripe yet. Be professional yet personable. Industry folks are people too. Be natural, be polite, and don't force the connection. Number three, have something to show. Instead of just simply begging them for an opportunity, show them why you are worth noticing. Work on your craft, build your resume. Number four, engage authentically online. Follow industry pros on social media, but engage meaningfully. No spamming, no desperate messages. Just be present. Stay in touch without being annoying. A check-in every now and then email is fine. Weekly emails about your new headshots, that's not fine. So, my dear actors, the moral of the story is this. Enthusiasm is great. Desperation is not. Networking is an art. You want to be memorable for the right reasons, not the person who made an agent fake a bad connection to get off the phone. Listen, I hope you've had a little fun with this, as I know I've had a little fun putting this together, but it was about time we had this conversation, and I thank you so much for tuning into Casting Actors Cast. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a fellow actor who might need to hear it. And remember, good networking is like good acting. It's all about connection, timing, and not forcing it. I'm Jeffrey Dreisbach. We'll see you next time. This is Casting Actors Cast. Hope to see you at that live event, by the way. Thanks.
It's been great having you in our talent pool today. Your support means the world to us, so please consider sharing, liking, and reviewing this episode wherever you jump in. I'm Megan Grace Martinez. Thanks.
From monologue